G'day everyone, Alex McKellar here with another Top Split Racing replay. A little bit different one this time. Just had a great race with Sam Devanti, the cowboy. I just wanted to highlight the last few laps of this one, talk about strategy and racing and all that sort of stuff because it was really good. Really enjoyable. So I'm just going to find the cockpit view, which forever is escaping me. Chuck it in the race and move that over and have the battle box. All right, so this is the last, we're on lap 11, coming the tail end of lap 10, excuse me, about to start lap 11. And this is where it all starts out. So we're going to look at the last sort of half dozen laps. So up until now, Sam and I had got a breakaway. There's some good drivers in this field. There's unfortunately Vasco's up ahead of us, about to get lapped. So interestingly, I got a good run for the first time out of the last chicane, and this was the first time that Sam immediately noticed that I had the run and so went defensive, noting that we're coming into the tail end of the field. And I thought that was a very key moment because up until then, excuse me, we'd just gone about our business and sort of moved away in preparation. In that mid stage of the race, which is a little bit quiet, we'd come towards the tail end, or the start of the tail end of the race, where all the sheep stations are on the line, and immediately, no words exchanged, Sam straight away moved into defence. And I'll be honest with you, on the exit of the chicane, it was the first time I thought, all right, time to have a crack. So he spotted it straight away. Very interesting, and it really augurs well for what came after that and gave a good indication of what it was going to be like. So here we go, coming into the chicane, the tail end of lap 11. Of course, 17 lap races. Close up under brakes. Sam had great pace here. He had a bit better pace than me, I think. Certainly in quali. I haven't been able to get my quali nailed at all this week. Vasco had a bit of a rough race. He pulled over and let us by, which is great. And you see, I just got a bit of a run on the exit here. Sam holds the wide line, noting that I got the run, and we're side by side. They can hear me just lift. We're on lap 12, with that far to go, to 17 laps. It wasn't the time to attack down the hill into the old hairpin. Not just yet, anyway. So we're coming across to one of the key parts again, up to Coppice. Now through the right-hander. Good point to note, the last series of corners, there's 3 key corners, including the first part of the final chicane, are all right-handers. We get the run and I finally decide to have a look. Sam backs out nice and early, recognising still this far out if I'm prepared to go, not worth the risk at this stage. But he's alongside me now, and I'm forced to defend. Side by side we go on the exit there. He's still alongside me, and then you can just hear the engine note change as he lifted. I'm still a bit offline and vulnerable, but we get it sorted by the time we hit the old hairpin. Up the hill we go again, towards McLean's. Sam was getting really good runs out of here. There are a couple of places where his corner exits in particular were much better than mine. So again, I take a defensive line. Sam's got better pace, and I know we can swap a couple more times and be safe. He lifts out and gives me the line. But I know I could let him by and perhaps have another shot, but my thinking was, he's got the pace, I need to defend. As soon as I got in front, I only had that one opportunity to get in front. He made me earn it, and once I was there, I didn't want to give it up. So we head down the hill once again, through the crane of curves down to the old hairpin. Sam nice and tight inside 2/10. Typically think if you're now, look here, see how I move a bit further over to the right. I normally keep a bit tighter line there. I just wanted to discourage him from trying the inside here at McLean's. As I was about to say, anyone who's within 2/10 is, I reckon, pretty much got your number in terms of pace. And again, I want to keep it tight here. Make sure he does not have the opportunity, because you did get a bit of a better run. As soon as he's alongside me, or he lifted out. I left a lane on the outside to make sure he had the run. Now, but very carefully, I made sure that I stayed apex to apex there, and there was no room for him to come on the outside of the exit there on the run down into Redgate here at turn 1. So he had to go on the left hand side of me on the outside, so I'm defending. He goes very deep into 1. Does a great job, gets good drive. If anything, I was a little bit conservative. I am being a little bit conservative here. I want to stay on and I don't want to crash, but now it's time. It's lap 15. It is time to go side by side down here. And we continue side by side until finally Sam is forced to give it. And again, I move further over to the right to make sure there's nothing on the right hand side up the hill here that gives him the inside into McLean's, because it is a late race passing opportunity, and if nothing, it can disrupt and set you up for either here at Coppice or down into the final chicane. So again, hold a tight line, tight to the right hand, don't track out, compromise my exit so as to make sure that he doesn't have the inside to the final chicane. He moves left. Remember, now we're on the tail end of lap 15. Again, he backs out. Again, slow and careful through there to make sure I exit and position my car exactly where it needs to be to defend into turn 1. Sam once again alongside. I leave him a lane on the outside. He can break deeper on the outside. Leave him a lane on the outside of the exit. Some folks not doing that there this week and running their opponents off the line. Now Sam didn't quite get the same drive. He wasn't quite as far there. So I've got the lead down through the old hairpin, and again I'm going to make sure I'm just wide enough so that he doesn't want to think about having a look through McLean's. Sam got a particularly good run and mine wasn't great, so I left him the lane on the outside. It's the second last lap. And a beautiful switchback. I could not get across in time to cover the inside there, which I've been doing for the last couple of laps. Spectacular job there by Sam. He's got the inside, the crucial inside to the final chicane. It is not time to go side by side through there, even though it is lap 16. Now, white flag lap 17. I was sitting in awe of that move of Sam. It was beautiful. I thought it was the race-winning move. Now I get to go a bit deeper this time, get a good drive, and it is time to go side by side through the crane of curves down the hill towards the old hairpin. It is the last lap. A lot of trust here. We go side by side, nose in front, then Sam will come back. I brake early, and I try to do exactly what Sam did to me at Coppice last lap, and I get it. Now remember what I said before. I'm on the outside up the hill, but I'm on the inside for the next 3 key corners. Here at McLean's, I'm on the inside. I'm forcing him to go the outside the long way around, then up to Coppice. Outside again, and importantly, the next and perhaps most crucial corner into the old hairpin, the Fogarty S's. The first one's a right-hander. No backing out this time. We're going to go all the way, side by side. Leave him a lane on the inside. Take the better line on the outside, or the better exit on the outside, and there you go. We got it. That was a bit of fun. Now, let's quickly go and analyze. I'm going to go back to... I'm going to go back to lap 11. All right, so here it is. So this is where we started. All right, I'm going to race through this a bit. race through it a bit. In a sec, we can get this right. Okay. So that was the first one where shots were fired and Sam defended. Remember, that's where we started. All right. So we continue on. And again, not side by side time. So he actually got a good run there and I was nowhere near. All right. So this is where it all really kicks off. And I have a better run on the exit of turn one. Not yet time to go side by side down here, though. We saw what happened after, didn't we? All right, so I get the run here. Again, not time to go 2x2 through the chicane, so Sam backs out and we're away. Oh, defense number one, I immediately take defensive lines. Sam's around the outside. See, we're both giving room. And this time Sam gives it up, and again, not time yet to go side by side down the hill. So Sam's really tight on me. Now you can see my line here is compromise the exit on the run down the straight so that Sam can't have the inside. And when it's clear that he's not is when I move back in front of him, giving him time to adjust his braking. Because if I'm in front of him, just as the braking zone starts, or we're about to go into it, there's a greater risk that he's going to run into the back of me. All right, but if I do it early enough, that risk is reduced. Also reduced because of the quality of Sam. He's a good driver. All right, so what are we on? Lap 14, 3 to go. We'll whip through these. Up the hill. Through McLean's. And again, tight line there. This is the strategy. I need to defend from Sam. He had the pace on me, I thought. So you see how he backs out, but I left him the lane because it was, in my mind, it was too close to the braking zone. So, but here's an important thing for you as well. So I am taking an apex to apex. Because my entrance is compromised, I'm going to be slower through there, right? But I still want to run the same line, which means I'm going to be slower just generally. So that's my standard line through there. And I didn't want to push too far over to the left of the next apex and therefore probably finish short. I was deliberately going to track all the way out on exit of that corner, so that Sam didn't get the run and or the inside in particular. He can have the run, but I don't want him to have the inside. So on the start of lap 15, Sam goes really deep on the outside because he was taking the outside line, braked very well and got a good exit. So again, this is where we start doing the side-by-side stuff even down the hill. See, space given, good respectful racing. Right, so Sam backs up a bit. Not this lap though. He just has a little wiggle there. Will I have a look there? No. Show the nose. Put me off a little bit maybe? No. But again, you see I'm holding very tight. Hold the tight line. You cannot go on the right, sir. You can't have it. He pulls in, grabs the draft. And still not yet time. Compromises my entrance. But importantly, like I said, I'm going to... Oh, that's so choppy. I am going to, choppy as it is, hold my line there. And actually, it's a bit too slow for him. You can't get the run. So as we come out of the corner, hold the defensive line. And it looks kind of the same old, but in the intensity of this, you can see as each lap goes by, it picks up. All right, so this was the key, what I thought was the race winning moment as we come up the hill here. So Sam's a little bit back. I'm keeping that wider line so there's nothing on the inside of McLean's. But watch this. As Sam comes, he brakes early, focuses on the exit. I'm a bit short and defensive. So he's alongside, never done before. Backs out early again. Comes underneath, quick enough. You could see there. You could see that I tried to cover it. I move to the right, but he's already there. And I could not cover it. That was a brilliant move. Really well done, Sam. All right, so we're going to go side by side down into the run, but for me, it's not early and it's not too late, as in it's not late enough to go through side by side. Now, this was the race winning move. Swing out to the right, break deep. I'm not up as far as Sam was. There's good racing room there from both of us, but I'd seen what Sam had done. I didn't have the confidence to do it up where he did it, but we're side by side down the hill now. I break early, let him go through and then try to come underneath. He left the space. At this point here, there's actually a spotter call, so he didn't come across. And remember those 3 right-hand corners. Knowing what he did the lap before, I didn't want to give it to him again, but he couldn't get the run on me outside the corner so much as he could coming underneath here. So show him the outside and keep the inside. We keep the inside now. This is great up here. We're side by side into the braking zone. Watch this. Side by side through the chicane. How often do you see that, eh? And because I got the outside, I got the better drive on the exit. Great piece of racing from Sam. Fantastic. And for me, it answers one of the questions around, you know, what sort of racing are we going to have in these cars? Is it as good as the Skip? Probably not yet, but it's pretty close. And I say not yet because I think people are still getting a handle on the car, what they can and can't do and all those sorts of things. Anyway, I thought this was a really good race. Thought I'd share it. Some of the strategy, the setup, the thinking that's going on while you're trying to race and win, hopefully, as well as some of the exceptional skills. Sam was a great sparring partner in this one. Anyway, folks, that'll do us. Alex McKellar here for Top Split Racing. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, ciao for now.